Hi my gardening angels, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Jess and I'm so excited because I have two very fun topics to talk about today. The first one though, check out my new mug. One of my sister-in-laws made this for me. It's super cute, right? Now, I usually love coffee, but I'm trying something a little bit new, and it is a tea subscription. I never know what type of teas I like, so I don't usually branch out and try something different. So this is kind of fun for me because somebody else chooses what I get to try based off of my flavor preferences. So this is SIPSBY, and I will include a code down below so that you can get a discounted SIPSBY box. They send 4 different kinds of tea every month, and it's about $15, but less if you use the code. And I think it's super fun. It's stuff that I would never pick up in the store, just because I don't branch out very far. But because of them, I get to try a bunch of different stuff. So I kind of just wanted to show you a little bit. So this is my September box. It's just kind of like any other subscription box. And then on the back of it, they have a made for Jessica section. And it kind of lists out all of my tea preferences. So, or the types of tea that are in here and kind of a little bit about them. So the ones that I got in my September box, which is perfect since it's kind of cooling down a little bit and becoming more fall around here, is an plain Earl Grey tea. I'm probably gonna make some London fogs with these, which I love. I have a daily green tea. I like green tea too, I just don't usually drink it all that often. Now what I'm drinking right now is this Republic chai tea, and last night I had one of the motion matchas. I put it in some almond milk and heated it up, and it was like a green tea latte, which I love. So yeah, you guys should definitely check out SIPSBY if you're trying to find a different kind of fun subscription box. It's really not all that expensive. If you think about it, maybe your tea bags will come off to like $1 a bag, but you get to try different things. And they also have coupon codes, which with each of the different brands of tea, that you can buy a larger size box of that tea using the code and get it for cheaper. So I would definitely recommend doing that, you guys. I've loved it so far. My mom is really excited for it. She keeps wanting to peek in my boxes and see what tea we got. So I'm really excited to kind of keep seeing all the different varieties that I get. So now let's get into the main chunk of this video, which is going to be on my succulent seeds. And if you guys have seen my past succulent seeds video, let me just explain a few things really quick. So when I made that, I was living in Minnesota. That was about a year ago maybe, and my succulent seeds did not survive the move to South Dakota. It was negative 14-degree weather. I think maybe 3 survived that are in here still that I moved, but otherwise they all pretty much died, and it just didn't work out past a certain stage due to that moving. Now I'm moving again, and that's probably why I've been a little bit busy lately. We haven't quite moved. I'm still in the process of packing, but I have some more succulent seeds started. They've gotten a lot further. I've done a few different things, so I kind of wanted to show you guys how those are doing right now and kind of what I'm going to do with them, because I am going to start moving them around a little bit at this point. I did buy them from a different vendor this time too. It took a while for them to get here, but I think they got here in like 2 months, so it was a long time. It took a while for me to be patient, but definitely worth it because all of these look amazing. Some of them are bigger than my leaf propagation trays, my leaf propagation tray babies. So yeah, just to kind of give you a brief overview of what I did this time is I took a spinach container that doesn't have any holes in it anywhere. I cut a few holes in the bottom so that it can have a little bit of drainage, but I wanted this tight seal top on the container. So I took a half sand, half succulent soil mixture, and I think I threw a handful of pumice, which is totally unnecessary, and I spread it out on a cookie sheet and I baked it in the oven at 200 degrees for 10 minutes or something. And just to kind of sanitize the soil a little bit as best I could and try to prevent as many problems from happening. I still had a few problems in here, and I'll give you a close-up of those, but overall it's looking really well. And then I laid it in this tray here and tapped it out, and then I took the finest sand that I could and sprinkled it on the top because I wanted to try to give the roots of the succulent seeds something to grasp onto right away. I don't know if that's necessary. I thought it would help, so that's what I did. And then I just divided it up into sections and sprinkled the seeds on, and then I believe I watered it before I put the seeds on. And whenever you're watering this, you want to make sure you're setting the container in another container of water and letting the water absorb from the bottom, just because the seeds are so small they're not going to stay in place when you water it. So instead of going from the top and watering it, let it soak it up from the bottom. I put the names of all the seeds and which section they went in on top of my spinach container. The only problem is that it got wet and some of the names smeared and blurred, so I don't know what those are unless I go and look at my order, but they're still pretty exciting. So I'm gonna flip it around. I'll show you guys what I got. All right, so starting in this left top corner, these are my Echeveria Lowies. This is a pretty rare Echeveria that's usually pretty expensive to buy as a grown plant, but here are a few babies. I got quite a few. This one actually had probably the best success rate, so I'm pretty excited about those. They are pretty small. I planted these in March and it is now September, so you can see that they've been growing slowly and it's taken a while, but they are coming along. This one is a gift that they sent in the right top hand corner. It's an Echeveria, but I think it's a cross of some sort, but you can kind of see how the leaves are more pointy, and I'm kind of excited to see how that one turns out. This next section are the biggest ones so far, and this one is the Echeveria Canty. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to say it, but that's what this is, and they're kind of a fun, different shape leaf. I think the one on the right got a little deformed somehow, but he's doing okay. This one didn't have a great success rate. This is the Echeveria Colorada Top Paula or something like that. There's only one, and I'm thinking that it was that succulent, but again, I'm not sure. It could have been a succulent from a different kind that just landed there. Now this one you can kind of see, which is cool, and it is the Romeo Wax Agave, and you can see how the leaves are starting to change into that red color that the Romeos have. And then these, I'm in the middle here, I'm unsure if those are also Romeo Wax Agaves. I think so. I think they just haven't fully developed as much. Over here, the one in the crack, I'm unsure of what type that is. That is one of the ones that blurred. And same with down here, because the one on the right looks like a Lowie. And the one in the middle could be the variety that they sent, but I'm not entirely sure. And then this little subsection and the random two other cactuses are the hedgehog cactus, and they're really small and precious, but I love them. And then underneath this canty you can kind of see a lithop, and in the middle of the screen there's another lithop. These are ones that did survive the move. There's another one in this little crack here. They kind of bounced back, but again, they're growing really slowly. So just as kind of a brief overview, I water these about once a week. They do sit under my grow lights. This is where I have them right now. It's about a foot away from the lights. Those are on about 14 hours a day. And for several weeks, I kept the lid completely sealed, and I would only open it to peek at them, kind of see what's going on. But now that they're larger, in order to prevent some rot and fungus, which, sorry, my dog barked, which kind of happened in this corner here. I've been leaving the lid a little half off so that it can still dry, but it still has a little bit of moisture. What do you need? Nothing? Okay. But yeah, so this is kind of where they just stay and do their thing. I'm probably going to be leaving these in here until we move at least, and then maybe I will replant them up, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on these. I'm definitely going to be ordering more seeds here soon. I just have to kind of pick what I want. This website I bought them from, I will include a link down below, because they do have such a fun and large variety that I think you guys will have a lot of fun with it. But they've done really well so far. So when I replant these, I'll do a video on them so you guys can see the kind of the next step. But there's an update for you. If you guys enjoyed this video, they're doing really well. I'm excited to see where they go. It is an extremely slow process. It's not necessarily a process I recommend doing with popular plants. I would probably use leaf propagation or cuttings, but if you are wanting a specific rare plant that you don't really have access to and don't want to spend a ton of money on it, seeds are definitely the way to go. They've been slow, but they are successful, and I've really enjoyed kind of having a different kind of challenge, I guess, for gardening. But definitely go check out the seeds and the teas and let me know what you guys think.